Hello students, welcome back to the again one new maths class. Today we are going to start the remaining questions of application of remainder and factor theorem. So I have taken already the questions of remainder and factor theorems whichever are required to solve. Now today we are solving some remaining questions. After that the new session will be taken for the factorization of quadratic and cubic polynomial. Okay, so let us see now what questions are remaining with us. Let us solve them. Let us see the question number 1. In the first question, you see actually in the assignment, this is question number 13. So whatever the questions I have covered earlier, I think up till 12 questions I have covered. So now let us see the 13th question. In this we have given that the polynomial ax cube plus 3x square minus 3 and 2x cube minus 5x plus a. There are two polynomials we have given and they both are divided by the same polynomial x minus 4. And when they are divided by x minus 4, they are giving the remainder r1 and r2. Okay, then we have to find out the value of a. Here a is an unknown constant who is coming as a coefficient of the variable. So we have to find out the value of a if this equation is true. 2r1 minus r2 will be equal to 0. Okay, so we have given many things in this question and we have to find out only one unknown value. First of all, in this question I will suppose the value of p of x is equal to ax cube plus 3x square minus 3. Second thing, I will suppose here the value of qx. So value of qx I will suppose here 2x cube minus 5x plus a. And the third value from which we are dividing, that is rx, that I will suppose as x minus 4. Now first of all I will find out with the help of remainder theorem when px is divided by rx, what is the remainder? Similarly, when qx is divided by rx, what will be the remainder according to the remainder theorem? Then that remainder, whatever I obtain, I will keep it equal to r1 and r2 because in the question we have given that the remainders are r1 and r2. And then we will find out the value of a by using this equation. So first I am taking when px is, before that one we can do one thing. Since both the polynomials are divided by rx, so we can keep rx equal to 0. Okay, so that we will finish first. So let rx is equal to 0 because it is our divisor. And now I think you know that whenever we are dividing one polynomial by another, so divisor we always keep equal to 0 to find out the remainder. So here I can say that or x minus 4 will be equal to 0, or I can say that the value of x will be equal to 4. Now let us find out the remainder. When px is divided by rx, okay, we are finding the remainder when px is divided by rx, that particular case. Let us see how we can find out. For that I will say the remainder and I can keep this one as r1. Remember here already I have supposed r1 in some few question earlier, but in this question r1 and r2 are defined in the question. So you see r1 we obtain when we are dividing this polynomial by this one. Okay, now if I say particularly when px is divided by rx, so we have given that in the question remainder is r1. So I am using it here r1 meaningfully we can say. So remainder r1 will be equal to, that will be p of 4, right? Because in the p of x I will keep the value of x equal to 4. So now put up that one, a into 4 to the power 3 plus 3 into 4 to the power 2 minus 3. Now if I solve it, so value of r1 I will get here 4 cube is 4 into 4 into 4, that is 64. So 64a plus this is 16 into 3 48 minus 3. So this will become 64a plus 45. That will be the value of r1. Now similarly I am dividing now qx by rx. When qx is divided by Rx, in that case what can be the remainder? So that remainder I am supposing by R2. Okay, so remainder R2 will be equal to, that we can find out by keeping the value of x equal to 4 in q of x. Okay, as we have kept in p of x, we got the remainder R1. Similarly, when I will keep the value of x equal to 4 in qx, I can say I will get the remainder. Okay, now let us see further. If I put up this value, so q4, how we can find out? Here x equal to 4, I will keep it. So x equal to 4 I am keeping here. So 2 into 4 to the power 3 minus 5 into 4 plus e. Now from here we will see 4 cube will become 64. So 64 into 2, that will be 128 minus 20 and then plus e. Okay, so we got here 128 minus 20 will become here 118. So I can say that now the value of R2 will be equal to 118 plus E. Right? Sorry, 108 plus E. This will become 108. 28 minus 20. So remaining is only 8. Now see, we got the value of R1 as well as the value of R2. Okay, now we have given that one equation in the question, 2R1 minus R2 will be equal to 0. So let us write down that equation here. So we can say that since the value of twice of R1 minus R2 is equal to 0, it is given in the question, put up the value of R1, I have, and the value of R2. Okay, so that will be 2 multiplied by, in the bracket, because this whole value will multiplied by 2, that will be 64a plus 45 minus R2. R2 I have 108 plus a, so that will be 108 plus a is equal to 0. Right? Now 2 I will multiply inside here, that will become 128a plus 90, because 45 multiplied to 2, minus 108, okay, and then minus a, because minus sign is multiplied on both the term. Now from 128, if I subtract 1a, so remaining is here 127a. Similarly, plus 90 and minus 108, signs are different. So from 108, you subtract 90, how much it will be? This will remain 18 and sign will come off minus. So it will be minus of 18. Minus of 18 we can send on to that side. So this will 127a will be equal to 18. Therefore, the value of a will be here 18 upon 127. This is your answer. Okay, that 127 was in multiplication, came in the denominator. So this is the first question. Today we have finished. Let us see now the next question. Yes, all of you, now let us see the question number 14. So in 14th question, what we have given? Once we can check, we have to find out the two unknown value. Already such kind of question we have covered, so I am taking the similar kind of question only. Here we have given that find the values of p comma q so that x plus 2 and x minus 1 are the factor of this polynomial. Okay, so we have to find out the value of p and q. First of all, we should know that here if x plus 2 is a factor of given polynomial, so when we will find out the remainder, in that case remainder will come 0. Similarly, if you try to find out the remainder when this polynomial is divided by x minus 1, then also remainder will come 0. Okay, so both the cases remainder we shall consider 0. We shall make the equation in terms of p and q, and then finally we'll find out the value of p and q here. So let us see how we can find out. First, I will suppose the value px is equal to x cube plus 10x square plus px plus q. Okay, and second thing I am supposing here the value of qx. Qx will be the first divisor, that is x plus 2, and second I am supposing the divisor here rx is equal to x minus 1. So let us find out the remainder in both the cases. As we know that actually the remainder will be 0. So whatever the remainder we shall obtain here, that remainder we shall equate with 0 afterwards. So here first I am finding the remainder when p of x is divided by q of x. Okay, that remainder I will suppose as r1, right? Now before that, one thing we forgot here, that when we are finding the remainder, I need to keep the divisor is equal to 0. So that we have not kept. Let us keep the value of q of x is equal to 0. So what is the value of q of x is given here? X plus 2. That will be 0. And we can say that here the value of x is equal to minus of 2. Now let us find out the remainder that we are supposing as r1, and that can be written as here p of minus of 2. Now I think you came to know why I am finding the value of p of minus of 2. Okay, because we are dividing p of x by q of x. So whatever the remainder I need to obtain, first I kept the value q of x equal to 0. So I got the value of x equal to minus of 2. When this value I keep in the p of x, I will get the remainder of whole division. So let us put up the value here. This will be minus of 2 whole power 3 plus 10 into minus of 2 whole power 2 plus p into minus of 2 plus q. Let us simplify further. So this will be minus 8 because minus sign coming under the odd power. So minus sign will remain and cube of 2 will be equal to 8. Here it will be 4. 4 into 10, that will become 40. Minus of 2p plus q. So I can say that the value of r1 is coming here. 40 minus 8 will be equal to 32 minus 2p plus q. Okay. Let us find out now the remainder when p of x we are dividing by rx. Okay, so here the divisor we need to keep 0 separately in both the division because divisor is different. So now who is my divisor here? Rx. So keep rx is equal to 0, or we can say that who is rx here? X minus 1. So x minus 1 is equal to 0, or we can say the value of x is equal to 1. Now this value again I will keep it in p of x. So I will get the second remainder, that is r2, right? So that will be p of 1 because value of x I am keeping here 1. Now let us put up the value in this whole polynomial. X equal to 1 I am keeping here. So 1 cube plus 10 into 1 square and then plus p into 1 plus q. So what will be the value finally? This will be, I suppose, 1 and this will be 10. So I think here we will get 11 plus p plus q. Okay, that will be the value of r2. So finally the value of r2 I will get here as 11 plus p plus q. Now we shall apply the property. What is the property here? Since x plus 2 and x minus 1 are the given factors, so when you will find out the remainder by dividing p of x, you will get the remainder 0. So that property we shall mention here. So we will write down further. Since x plus 2 and x minus 1 are factors. Okay, what are they? They are factors. So in that case, what we can say here? Since they are factors, therefore the value of r1 will be equal to 0 and the value of r2 will be also equal to 0. If they are not factors, then remainder will come non-zero value, and that remainder may be mentioned in the question. So now put up the value of r1. What is the value of r1 I have? 32 minus 2p plus q. So that value now I will put up here. 32 minus of 2p plus q will be equal to 0. This is my equation number 1. Okay. Now similarly put up the value of r2. So value of r2 we have 11 and 11 plus p plus q will be equal to 0. Okay. Now we'll do one thing. From the second equation, we shall find out some values. For example, 11 and p, if I send onto that side, So what will be the value of q here? Q will be equal to minus 11 minus p, right? So value of q I will put up in the first equation. So my first equation will contain only one unknown term, that is q. So that is p, and then we can find out easily the value of p. So write down further, therefore by equation 1. Okay, so 32 minus 2p. Okay, what is the value of q I have? Minus 11 minus p. So plus sign is given outside. In the bracket I will put up the value minus 11 minus p is equal to 0. Let us simplify further. So if I simplify further, so 32 minus of 2p minus of 11 minus of p is equal to 0. Because plus and minus, if you multiply, it will come minus. From 32, if I subtract 11, I think it will remain 21. And 2p and p both have the same sign. You observe both are having the minus sign. So they would be added. Here before p nothing is there, we can assume 1. So 2 and 1 if I add, that will be 3p, and sign of bigger term, that is minus. Minus of 3p, now I am sending on to that side. So 21 is equal to 3p. 3 ones are 3 and 3 sevens are 21. So p will be equal to here 7. So first value you observe I have got in the equation, in the question, sorry. Right? Now we shall find out the value of second value, that is q. Now this value of p, I am solving it here only. This value of p, I can say this is my second equation. Therefore by equation number 2. Okay. So in second equation I am putting, you can put up in the first equation also, there is no problem, you put in second equation only, any of the equation you put, but we'll take that equation which is more comfortable to us. Okay, so p equal to 7 I am putting here. So q will be equal to minus 11 minus 7. Okay, so we can say that q will be equal to minus 18. This is your second value required in the question. Good question for 4 marks. Such kind of question in 4 marks they are asking frequently. Okay, in any of the school, normally such kind of question from the polynomial chapter they ask for 3 to 4 marks. Now let us see the next question. Now let us see the question number 17. In 17 question, what we have given? We have given that one polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus x minus 6. And we have given that x plus 2 is a factor. Means when this polynomial we are dividing by x plus 2, the remainder is coming 0. But when we are dividing by x minus 2, it leaves the remainder 4. Okay. So let us see how this question can be solved. It is very similar to the previous question. But in previous question, we have given that both the divisors were factor. And here both the divisor, one is given factor and another one is not a factor. So in the first divisor we shall take remainder 0, while in the second divisor remainder is given as 4. The way of solving this question will be absolutely same as the previous question. Okay, so let us see how we can solve it. First of all, I will suppose the px is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus x minus 6. Okay, and the value of q of x I am supposing here as x plus 2. Okay, and third thing I am supposing here rx. Rx will be equal to here x minus 2. Let us find out the remainder in both the cases when p of x is divided by q of x and p of x is divided by r of x. Okay, so here I am finding the remainder when p of x is being divided by q of x. So for that I will take first q of x is equal to 0, or I can say x plus 2 will be equal to 0, or I can say the value of x will be equal to minus of 2. I can say here the value of remainder that I am supposing as r1 as usual as earlier. Okay, that can be found by putting the value of x equal to minus of 2 in p of x, because p of x is my dividend. Okay, now let us put up a into minus of 2 whole power 3 plus b into minus of 2 whole power 2 plus value of x, again I am keeping here minus of 2. Okay, please apply the bracket. Afterwards we shall multiply the sign. So here it will become minus 8 into a, that will be minus of 8a plus 4b, and then you observe here plus into minus minus. So minus of 2 and minus of 6 will be added, will become minus of 8. This will be the value of R1. Okay, now let us find out the remainder. Here remainder I found when p of x is divided by q of x. Now I am finding the remainder when p of x is divided by r of x. Okay, so for that, first of all, r of x is my divisor, so rx I am keeping equal to 0, or I can say what is the value of rx I have, that is x minus 2, so x minus 2 equal to 0, or I can say that the value of x will be equal to 2. So therefore what can be the remainder? Remainder I will suppose as r2, and this will be found by putting the value of x equal to 2 in p of x. Okay, that we are denoting by p of 2. So now I am keeping in the x everywhere 2. So this will become a into 2 cube plus b into 2 square plus 2 minus 6. Let us simplify further. Cube of 2 will become 8. So this will be 8a plus 4b, and 2 minus 6 will become here minus 4. This will be the value of R2. Now we have given that the value of R1 and R2 in the question. Okay, so first we shall write down in this question, since x plus 2, because in the question you observe we have given that x plus 2 is a factor. So when we are dividing by x plus 2 the given polynomial, the remainder will be 0. So here we shall mention, since x plus 2 is a factor, okay, so therefore the value of R1 will be equal to 0. Right, because it is a factor, so remainder is 0, and what is our remainder, that is R1 here, so value of R1 will be equal to 0. Now if I put up the value of R1, what I have, minus of 8a plus 4b minus 8 will be equal to 0. Right, the whole equation I am dividing by 4. So when I am dividing the whole equation by 4, this will remain minus of 2a plus b, and then minus of 2 will be equal to 0. Remember, the whole equation I am dividing by 4. Okay, now b I will keep it as it is, and minus of 2a and minus of 2 I am sending onto that side. So value of b I am getting here plus 2a plus 2, because both the terms will become positive when they will be shifted onto the other side of equation. Now second thing, when we are dividing the given polynomial by x minus 2, the remainder is given here as 4. So I can say that the value of R2 is given in the equation as 4. That is the difference in this question with the previous one. In the previous one, both the remainders were 0. But here, one is 0 and one is non-zero, which is mentioned in the question. So R2 is given equal to 4. Now value of R2. What is the value of R2 I have? 8a plus 4b minus 4 will be equal to plus 4. Right? Now value of b I have, that is 2a plus 2. So value of b we can put up here. Okay. So 8a plus 4 into the bracket. Value of b I am keeping here as 2a plus 2 will be equal to 4 plus 4, because minus 4 I am sending onto that side. Now you observe, this will become 8a plus 4 into 2a, that is again become here 8a, 4 into 2, that will be plus 8, okay, and is equal to what will remain? 8. Now think, if this 8 I send onto that side, that will become minus, and 8 and 8 both will be cancelled. So here only we can do the cancellation. 8 and 8 got cancelled. This will be 8a plus 8a, it will be 16a is equal to 0, because that is cancelled, so remaining is 0. Now 16 will go in the upon of 0, that will be also 0. So value of A will be equal to here 0. That is your first value. Now value of A, we can keep it in the equation number 1. So therefore by equation first, B is equal to 2 into 0 plus 2. So 2 into 0 will be 0. 0 plus 2 will be equal to 2. So value of B I am getting here as 2. So once you can look the whole question, we can start the next question now. Now let us see the next question, that is question number 18. It is given here x square minus 1 is a factor of polynomial ax to the power 4, bx cube, cx square, dx and e all are given in addition, that we have given as a factor. So we have to prove that this equation is true. Okay, first of all, you see, suppose I take here x square minus 1. Okay, now you know it how to find out the factors of x square minus 1. So one thing, tell me, can I write down 1 as 1 square? And here I can apply the formula a square minus b square. Right? So what is the value of a square minus b square? That is a minus b into a plus b. So what I can write down? What is a minus b here? A minus b will be equal to x minus 1 and a plus b will be equal to x plus 1. Because see, here actually in this one polynomial we have given that to another polynomial that we need to separate in this question. Okay, so by applying the formula of a square minus b square, first of all I separated the two linear polynomial, because see, if I want to find out the remainder, as per our syllabus we are finding the remainder when the polynomial is given as a linear polynomial, the divisor I am talking about. Okay, so the divisor should be a linear polynomial basically, then only we can find out the remainder. So here you see these two linear polynomials we found with the help of this given polynomial. Means I separated the two different polynomial. From this I got these two that I will write down directly. Okay, but how they came, I have actually shown you how they came exactly here. So now see how we can prove the given things in the question. First we shall write down, since x square minus 1 is a factor of given polynomial, okay, so I can say that therefore x minus 1 and x plus 1, I told you earlier how they came, are factors of given polynomial. Means if I separate, that will come like this. Okay, now let us suppose the value of p of x. So what is the value of p of x here? P of x means the dividend. Dividend is mentioned separately, ax to the power 4 plus bx cube cx square plus dx plus e, and these two are my separately divisors, that I will suppose as qx is equal to x minus 1 and rx is equal to x plus 1. Now I will find out the remainder when p of x is divided by q of x, p of x is divided by rx. And that remainder I will suppose R1, R2. Later on R1 and R2 would be considered as 0 because both are given to me as a factors. Okay, so now I will do it this process little bit quickly. First I am finding the remainder when p of x is divided by q of x. Since q of x is my divisor, so q of x will be equal to 0, or I can say that x minus 1 will be equal to 0, or I can say the value of x equal to 1. So I can say the remainder R1 will be equal to, okay, that is here p of 1, because now value of x equal to 1 I will keep it here. Okay, now keep the value of x equal to 1 in the polynomial, that is a into 1 to the power 4 plus b into 1 to the power 3, c into 1 to the power 2, d into 1 plus e. Now 1 to the power 4 is also 1, and 1 to the power 3, 1 to the power 2 is also 1. So everywhere it remains 1, and a multiplied into 1 or b multiplied into 1, it will remain same only, a plus b plus c plus d plus e. This is the value of R1. Now let us find out the value of R2. So I am finding the remainder here. When p of x I am dividing by Rx. So now Rx is my divisor. I will take Rx is equal to 0. Or else I can say, what is the value of Rx I have? X plus 1, check, is equal to 0. Or I can say the value of x will be equal to minus 1. So let us find out the remainder. So remainder I will suppose here as R2, and that would be given by p of minus 1. Okay, now this value I will keep it in p of x. Okay, means x equal to minus 1, I will keep it in p of x. So that will be a into minus 1 to the power 4, okay, plus b into minus 1 to the power 3 plus c into minus 1 to the power 2 plus d into minus 1 and then plus e. Right? Now, here wherever the powers are even, like 4 and 2, minus 1 will become plus 1. Okay, I have told you earlier. And wherever the power is odd, like minus 1 to the power 3, or you can say here also power is given 1, that is also odd. So here minus 1 will remain as minus 1. So if I solve it further, so what will be the final value of R2 I will get? R2 will be equal to, here this will become plus 1. So a into 1, that is a, and here it will become minus 1. So minus 1 into b, that will be minus of b. So a minus b plus c minus d plus e. I will write down like this, because see, on b and on d sign will be negative because the power is odd. Okay, now we can say that since x minus 1 and x plus 1 are factors, they are given as a factors in the question. So we can say that when we shall find out the remainder with the help of them, that remainder will come 0. Okay, so I can say that R1 will be equal to 0 and R2 will be also equal to 0. What is the value of R1 I have? A plus B plus C plus D plus E will be equal to 0. Right? And what is the value of R2 I have? Observe, R2 I have here A minus B plus C minus D plus E. Before I put the value of R2, I will do one thing here. Here I will form one group, A plus C plus E. See, from this equation, A, C and E I am writing together. They are in addition, so doesn't matter, I am writing which term first. And B plus D I am writing in the another bracket is equal to 0. This I will give it as equation number 1. Okay, now take the value of R2 as 0. So also I am taking here R2 is equal to 0. What is the value of R2 I have? A minus B plus C minus D and then plus E is equal to 0. This is the value of R2 we found in the earlier steps. Now minus B and minus D I am sending on to that side. So A plus C plus E will be equal to B plus D. This will be my equation number 2. Now you observe, okay, how we can find out that minus B and minus D I have sent onto that side will become positive. Okay, now you observe in the second equation, value of A plus C plus E I have as B plus D. That value I can place in the equation number 1. Means in place of A plus C plus E, I can put up here B plus D. So you can say that therefore by equation first and second, remember the value of A plus C plus E as B plus D I am keeping here. So this will be B plus D plus again B plus D and then is equal to 0. Okay, in place of, once again see, in place of a plus c plus e, here I am keeping the value b plus d that I have shown in the second equation. Now you observe b and b, if you add, that will become 2b, and d plus d you add, that will become 2d. Now 2 if I take common, so this will be 2 into the bracket b plus d is equal to 0. 2, since it is common, so 2 will go in the upon of 0, it will become 0. Right? So remaining part will be here. Then I can say that b plus d, I can say it will be also 0. Now if I say b plus d equal to 0, then a plus c plus e will be also 0. Okay, so this I can say equation number 3rd, and from equation number 3rd I am keeping the value in the second equation. So remaining part, let me solve here. So in the remaining part, value of b plus d I am keeping in second equation. So we can say that therefore by equation second and third, okay, b plus d value, if I keep it 0, so a plus c plus e will be also equal to 0. That I can say my fourth and last equation. Remember, value of b plus d, I found 0 here, that I kept in the equation number 2nd. You can conclude now by equation 3rd and 4th. Look at carefully, equation 3rd and 4th. We got a plus c plus e equal to b plus d, and these both values we got equal to 0. This is only required to be proved in the question. This question also came in the examination many times earlier, but many students are not able to solve it because they get confused in these two equations and they are not able to solve it properly. So I have shown you how you can find out easily the required solution. Now let us see the last question of today's session. Now let us see the question number 19. In question number 19, we have given that without actual division, prove that this polynomial, the long polynomial we have given, is divisible by x square minus 3x plus 2. Actually, this question you can solve by two methods. One, you divide by long division method, but it is mentioned in the question without actual division. Okay, so that is not possible. If we apply the long division method and the remainder comes 0, we can say yes, it is divisible. But since that method, they say that you don't apply the long division method, so that method we cannot apply here. Now, to find out with the help of remainder theorem is only the one way. Remainder or factor theorem, you say, with the help of factor theorem only, we can say if the remainder comes 0, we can say here yes, it is a factor. Again, one thing you observe, as we have seen in the previous question, x square minus 1 contain two linear factors. Same way, this polynomial also contain two different linear factors. Okay, so let us find out that two different linear factors here. Different or same, that may be depending upon the factorization. So see, if I take here x square minus of 3x plus 2, okay, so I am factorizing this polynomial. Actually, the factorization of the quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial I will be taking in the next section. Okay, so basically I will go in detail in the next section only. Here in short I am going to explain how to factorize. See, first of all, here the coefficient of x square is 1. So 1 and 2 you multiply. What you get here? 2. Okay, and then what is the coefficient of x here? That is minus of 3. So basically you required two numbers in such a way whose multiplication should be 2. Means if you multiply a and b, that you will get 2, and if you add both of them, you get as minus of 3. Okay, so I am telling you quickly here because that I don't want to waste time to explain this method, because again I am taking this method in the next session. So here I can say that 1 will be minus of 2 and 1 will be minus of 1. Okay, observe, minus of 2 and minus of 1, if you multiply, so minus into minus will become plus, so 2 into 1 will be equal to 2. When you will add both of them, since signs are same, so 2 and 1 would be added, it will become 3, and sign of bigger term, that is minus, so minus of 3 we shall get. So here what we will do, we shall take the two factors of minus of 3x as minus of 2x and minus of x. Okay, so here I am writing x square as it is. In place of minus of 3x, I am taking minus of 2x minus of x, and then plus 2 will be as it is. If you want to add minus of 2x and minus of x, if we add, it will become minus of 3x only. Now observe first two term, what we can take common. We can take common x here. Here 2x are there and here 1x is there. So 1x at least we can take common. Okay. Now here it was having 2x earlier. 1 went outside. So how many x are remaining here? 1x. Here only 1 was there. So only minus of 2 will remain. Now second pair is little bit tricky here. We can say that here x is given and here 2 is given. So from the variable and the constant we cannot take any common. So in all such cases we'll take one common. And remember one thing, if the third term is containing the minus sign, here also you put up the minus sign. What I said? If the third term containing the minus sign, then here also you put up the minus sign and change the sign of the fourth term, that is plus 2. So plus 2 will become here minus. Since we have taken one common, so both the term will come as it is. Means x will come as it is, 2 will also come as it is. Right? So here it will come x minus 2. Minus, why it is coming? Because actually the minus sign we have taken common. But if you want to do it directly, if you can remember if the third term contains the minus sign, here also you keep it the minus sign. Okay, and the last term sign you change it. Since 1 we have taken common, so x and 2 are coming as it is. Now observe the bracket. Here also x minus 2 and here also x minus 2. So x minus 2 will be coming common. So who will remain here? Here remain x and here remain 1. So x minus 1 will be remaining. These are my two linear factors. Okay. So first I will suppose here let the value of p of x. To prove that they are factors, that we will prove by supposing the p of x as a given polynomial 2x to the power 4 minus 5x cube plus 2x square minus x plus 2. Okay, and these two factors I am supposing by q of x is equal to x minus 2 and rx will be equal to x minus 1. Okay, now see, I am finding the remainder when p of x is divided by q of x, and if this remainder comes equal to 0, I will say qx means x minus 2 will be the factor. So I am finding here remainder when p of x is divided by qx. Okay, so I will suppose qx is my divisor, keep equal to 0, or I can say x minus 2 will be equal to 0. So I can say that the value of x will be coming here 2. This value I will keep it in p of x. So I will find out here remainder. Remainder will be equal to p of 2. So x equal to 2 I am keeping here. 2 into 2 to the power 4. No need to apply the bracket. Minus 5 into 2 cube plus 2 into 2 square minus 2 and then plus 2. Okay. Now 2 to the power 4 will be equal to 16. 16 into 2, that is 32. Minus, sorry, here 2 to the power 4 I wrote, that is 2 cube. Okay, check here, this cube is given. So 8, 2 cube is 8. 8 into 5, that will be 40. 4 into 2, that is plus 8. And here minus 2 and plus 2 we can cancel here only. 32 plus 8 will become here 40, and minus 40 I am keeping as it is. Both are got cancelled, so I can say that remainder will be equal to 0. So I can write down the concluding line for the first one. We can say that therefore x minus 2 is a factor. X minus 2 is a factor of given polynomial. Okay. Now let us see quickly when p of x is divided by rx. So here I am finding the remainder when p of x I am dividing by rx. So for that rx I am taking as 0. Okay, what is the value of rx I have? Value of rx is given here x minus 1. So x minus 1 will be equal to 0, or else I can say the value of x will be equal to 1. Right? Now we can find out the remainder here by keeping x equal to 1. So remainder will be equal to here p of 1. Okay, to find out the remainder I am keeping x equal to 1 in p of x. So let us keep the value here. This will be 2 into 1 to the power 4 minus 5 into 1 to the power 3 plus 2 into 1 to the power 2 minus 1 plus 2. So 1 to the power 4, 1 to the power 3 all will become 1. So basically this will be 2 minus 5 plus 2 minus 1 plus 2 again. Okay, now add all the three terms which are having the same sign. 2, 2, 2, that will become here 6, and minus 5 and minus 1 will become minus of 6. So minus 6 and plus 6 cancel. We can say here also remainder is coming 0. Therefore x minus 1 is a factor of given polynomial. Okay, so this is again a lengthy question that we have finished here. So once you can have a look of this question. Now students, we have finished all the questions of type number 2A. Okay, that contain I think 19 questions. So some questions I have given you for the homework. In this also some questions I have left. So whichever the questions are left, that you find out the solution by your own, because that are similar kind only. And next time onwards we shall start the factorization of quadratic and cubic polynomial. That is again a lengthy topic, and the question also comes from the examination from that topic also. So now whatever we are doing it, that is very core topics we are doing it from the polynomial, and always a polynomial is a very lengthy topic for the students. Next chapter, chapter number 3rd, chapter number 4th will not be difficult for you. Okay, but second chapter especially, I don't say it is difficult, but here the questions are lengthy, and once you understood the basic, easily question can be solved. Okay, so next session we shall start a new topic. Thank you.